by bits and pieces, and often this results in the dehumanizing the other parts of society. So there is a cross line between us versus them, and it dehumanizes the others. And the last point is that it's the extreme form of jihad, for example, suicide attack, is not out of insanity. It's not often raised by those who are mad, but it's more often like out of sanctity. So it's not the last resort that terrorists often cornered and just risk their life as the last resort, but it's often the first choice they can make to show how committed they are to the collective idea. Because jihad is like culture. They should add to the culture values that is kind of imaginally invention of culture. Jihad is. So, and the atrocity of extreme form of jihad is often linked to how well they are embedded to the society. Because otherwise, let's say that, for example, if they are not well embedded to the society, they really care about the consequences their action, their atrocities will bring to the community. So they wage more extreme jihad, and that's what happened, especially Al-Qaeda, which consists of global Muslim diaspora. So based on this new anthropological approach, I prepared 3 recommendations. And the first one is to the U.S. to stop following the old pattern of the war on terror. By old pattern, I mean intervention and occupation, because again, it's a holy war, which is not a means to an end, but an end itself, in and of itself. So it doesn't really make sense to wage a tactical war against them. And imagine that if the U.S. occupies the region, occupies the country, time is not on the U.S. side, as the U.S. want the Democrats to take root. That as time goes by, the legitimacy of the U.S. atrophies, and whereas the legitimacy of the terrorist groups gains from the support of their citizenry, because they more like to think that the U.S. is like an infidel foe to them. And the second recommendation is to perceive the trouble within religion as a source of solution. Strange as it may sound, but if the U.S. can control the source of the hotbed of every trouble, which is religion, they can work as a midwife of peace. And this is what exactly jihad does, because they need some legitimacy, and they draw in their own interpretation of religion. So, given the fact that not all Muslims are jihadists, and even some mosques, some preachers really criticize the extreme form of jihad and even jihad, we can carefully start a conversation with them. And the last point is that the U.S. should take minimalist approach and focus on supporting regional governments. To support the regional governance is not a really popular